So, obviously, if you're watching this right now, you are watching part 2 of this, first episode. So, welcome. I recommend going back and watching the first episode. It is, in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. We are going to be diving into the dungeon right now. The first episode had to cut off because it was getting really long. So, I apologize for the to be continued, but welcome back. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. This second episode is probably not going to be very long, so luckily we'll be able to breeze through this. I'm, again, like the first one, only going to feature a couple of fights, so that way you guys get an impression of what's going on, and only, you know, showing you guys, like, the most important stuff, because that's the most important stuff. That's what you need to see in order to understand what's going on with the story. The story is what every element of this game is based on. The combat's just like, you know, standard run-of-the-mill combat, so.
Yikes! A monster?
Huh. Never seen this kind before.
Looks like a flying feline. Careful, everyone.
There's a trick to monsters. Some monsters can be snuck up on. I just have to wait for his back to be turned. And then hit
Now's
it!
our chance! We can do this!
So, when you or the opponent has a turn, these are different status things that could potentially pop up. During these instances, you gain, you know, benefits, as you can see on the screen. So you might heal yourself, you might do extra damage, you might, the Sepith Sepith is like little gems that you use to upgrade your gear and your in forge orbments. The arts, 0 art there means basically you can cast an ability immediately without using any kind of magic. So you keep your magic bar full, which is definitely handy. If you've got a magical ability that you can use and you happen to have 0 arts on your turn, I recommend you do it if you decide to play this game, because it can definitely save your butt. Otherwise, you sometimes have a little bit of a charge time, and that could, you know, delay you from being able to strike an enemy down quickly.
Go!
And these are the CP points that I mentioned in the first game, or the first episode. They're meant for using your special abilities.
It's my turn.
Like, you know, I've got 10 points right here, and I need 20 in order to use Gale Stinger for my craft.
There!
Right!
My turn!
It's my turn.
One of the benefits of sneaking up behind an enemy and gaining the advantage, especially a triple advantage, is that it allows you to take a lot of turns because they're stunned and not expecting an attack. And so now I can basically just hammer on these guys to my heart's content, and probably I'll kill them all before they get a turn.
There!
Right!
My turn!
Yep.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Please tell me there aren't more of those things lurking around here.
I hate to tell you, but I can sense more further in.
Anyway, let's just stay alert.
Is that? It looks like an orbment charging station. They're not save points like in some JRPGs, because you can save at any point, which I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to say that. 'Cause so many JRPGs, you have to have specific save points, and it's really annoying. This is more for just like resting your party and healing yourself and stuff. This could be a lifesaver if we get ourselves flagging after a tough battle. Yeah, we should come back here and rest when we need it. Just to be on the safe side. I don't think physical attacks are going to be very effective against that monster. I think you're right. I might need to rely on arts this time. Got it! Actually, attacking with my orbital staff has basically the same effect as an art, just without any casting time. So, if worse comes to worse, I should just be able to run up and smack it. Wow, really? I can see why that thing would come in handy. Well, we're counting on you to lead the charge then. Here we go.
If it's a fight they want.
Here we go!
I don't know. Oh, I guess. Okay. I got Firebolt.
You're mine! Leave it to me.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Huh. Okay, it's safe for now.
Very, very simple.
I'm starting to lose my sense of direction down here.
Yeah, gotta make sure we're not going in circles.
An insectoid monster, huh? Looks like that shell can take a real beating. Might be pretty tough to take it down. Agreed. We'll need to keep our wits about us against this one. We should probably give it everything we've got, arts and crafts included, and see what works best. Turn around. Oh, I guess I can't.
Give us your blessing.
Trista!
You're mine!
If you or an opponent misses an attack, then sometimes you'll automatically counterattack, which is so nice.
There!
Right.
You punk!
My turn. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Vanquisher, huh?
Eliot, are you okay?
I don't see any obvious injuries.
I'm okay. I was just so relieved the fight was over. The strength kind of just left my legs. I'm amazed how calm you two are. You don't seem tired or worried or anything.
I guess I'm just used to fighting monsters like these.
You need a hand?
No, I'll be fine. It was just a momentary lapse on my part. I can get up. And there we go.
Look out!
Eliot!
What?
No!
What?
Looks like I made it just in time. Thank Adios for that.
Oh, it's you!
You said your name was Makius, right?
That's right. I came to realize that I shouldn't have just stormed off like I did. I let that arrogant noble goad me into losing my composure and acting on impulse. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I acted foolishly, and I hope you can forgive me for it.
No sweat. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, we all have moments when we say or do things we regret. That's human nature for you. Oh, and thanks for saving me, by the way.
I'm just glad I happened to be passing by. After I'd cooled my head, I decided to retrace my steps, and there you were. Is it just the three of you here?
Yeah, we stood around talking for a while, so the others are probably ahead of us at this point.
I don't think there's any reason to go back any farther. I can't imagine you'll find anyone there.
I see. I don't suppose you'd mind if I came with you, would you? I'm reasonably skilled with a gun, so you might find it useful having me along.
Sure thing. Welcome aboard. The name's Rean Schwarzer.
I'm Eliot Craig. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Guy Warzel. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure's mine, I assure you. My name is Makius Regnitz. Could I ask you what social class you each belong to? I realize how that must sound, considering my recent outburst. But please, don't take it personally. I'm simply curious to know who I'm associating with.
Well, both my parents are commoners.
Likewise, though my homeland has no class system to begin with.
Ah, so you're from abroad then? What about you, Rean?
Well... let's just say I haven't got a drop of noble blood in my veins. So I guess we're all in equal standing here.
Well, now that's a relief. We should probably get moving then. I'm somewhat concerned about the girls, as you might imagine.
Oh, so kind of you to worry about, you know, the quote-unquote fairer sex.
I'd feel much better if we were around to help if they wound up in danger.
This is a military combat school. I mean, I feel like you should be able to take care of yourselves if you're joining a military combat school.
Yeah, I suppose there's strength in numbers.
All right, let's go.
We meet again.
Good to see you guys are hanging in there.
I'm glad the four of you are unharmed as well.
Well, it seems you've cooled your head a bit at least.
Yes, I've calmed down now.
At any rate, I don't believe I've introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Laura S. Arcade, from the town of Legram. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Huh. Legram?
That's down on the southeastern outskirts of the Empire, isn't it?
Correct. It's an old castle town on the shores of Lake Ebble. We're connected to the rest of the country by train, But other than that, it's a fairly remote region.
That name sounds so familiar. Wait, so your father would be...
Yes, my father is Viscount Arcade, Lord of Legram. Do you take issue with that?
Yeah. Machius, do you take issue with that? You obviously took issue with Eusis.
No, not at all.
Uh-huh. It's because she's a cute girl, isn't it?
Machius, was it?
You chauvinist.
I can only speak for myself, but I don't feel I've ever done anything to bring shame upon myself in Adios's eyes. And I fully believe the same to be true of my father.
Please, I meant no offense. I'm sorry if I, say, I don't believe we've been introduced.
Nice change of subject.
I'm Emma Milstein. Like Laura, I come from a distant region of the Empire. I was only able to attend Thors thanks to a scholarship, in fact. It's very nice to meet you.
A scholarship? Indeed. Now that you mention it, our instructor did say yours was the top score on the entrance exam. To think I was outdone. By a girl, no less.
Machius, rein it in a little bit.
You must be quite the prodigy.
Maybe it seems like it now, but really, I'm not. I don't have any training in the martial arts either, so this is the weapon they recommended for me.
Oh, cool! You got an orbital staff too. Yours looks different from mine, though.
Huh, so it does. I wonder if it's just cosmetic. Oh.
I really need to clear things up with her, but what do I say?
Is something the matter? We're all acquainted now. It's only proper that you introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Lisa R. from Ruhr. It's a pleasure to meet almost all of you.
Elisa.
Ruhr, huh? What's it like living there? There's probably a new technological breakthrough every week.
The Reinford Company's based in Ruhr, and they're the largest heavy industry corporation on the continent, aren't they?
I suppose they are.
So, hey. I guess that bow must have been in that case you had with you when we first met, right? I've never seen one like it. Is there some kind of orbital mechanism built in?
There is, but I don't see how that's any of your business.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone got any ideas on what to do now? We've all run into each other wandering around. How about we stick together?
I think that would be for the best. It's not safe for a group of girls to travel alone. You may require protection.
You needn't to be concerned about that.
Where do you keep that thing?
I beg your pardon?
I don't mean to boast, but I'm confident my swordsmanship will be more than sufficient to protect us. For now, I think it's best to remain in separate groups. There are still 2 of us who remain unaccounted for.
That sword is literally bigger than she is. It's almost twice the size of her.
That's right. We still haven't run into that silver-haired girl.
In that case, 2 teams means double the chance to find them. 2 teams is double the coverage, and double the chance of crossing paths with our missing companions. How's that sound?
I have no objections. So then, shall we be off?
I like how she treats it like a longsword. when that thing is clearly, like, bigger than every single character in this game.
All right. We'll see the four of you later then.
She really doesn't seem like she's gonna let that go, does she?
It was clearly an accident, everyone could see that, but I don't suppose it makes any difference to her. Still, is no one else worried about leaving a group of girls to fend for themselves in a place like this?
Machias, calm yourself with the chauvinism.
There are 4 of us here. Perhaps one of us should go follow them.
I don't think we have anything to worry about as long as Laura's with them. She really wears her skill on her sleeve. I doubt she drags around a sword that big just for show.
It's certainly an enormous blade. I'd call it comically huge if it didn't look so dangerous. But at the end of the day, a lady is a lady.
She's taller and sturdier than I am, though I admit it's still hard to believe anyone could swing that beast of a sword.
I'll bet she can whip it around without breaking a sweat. The Airstrike School of Swordsmanship serves as a general basis for the techniques used by knights throughout the Empire. And her father, the Viscount, is arguably the strongest swordsman in the country. People call him the Radiant Blade Master. I doubt any of the other students here could even stand their ground against her in combat, much less beat her.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't know there were still roots of the old knightly styles alive in the Empire.
You sure know a lot about this stuff, Rean. A hobby of yours?
I'm a swordsman myself. I guess the lore sort of comes with the territory. At any rate, how about we pick up the search? I'm worried about that silver-haired girl, and we still need to track down Duke Albarea's son, too.
That's true.
I couldn't care less what happens to that pompous ass. He can rot down here.
Come on now, that's no way to treat someone you just met.
What's wrong?
More monsters?
No, not monsters. It's...
You're pretty sharp.
Oh.
It's the silver-haired girl.
I'm glad to see you're all right. Though it looks like there was nothing to worry about in the first place.
Nope. I'm small and quick. These things can't lay a finger on me. Oh yeah, Fee Clausel. That's my name. You're just over halfway through. Keep it up. Later.
Hey, wait!
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
I'll be fine. I'm used to this. See you at the end.
What just happened?
Wow.
She certainly wasn't fibbing about being quick on her feet. Guess we really don't need to worry about her.
Yeah, now I'm more convinced than ever that she knows exactly what she's doing. Just over halfway through? Has she already been to the exit and then come back?
Curiouser and curiouser. You guys might hear some popping in the background. It is 4th of July at the moment. I'm hoping that doesn't come over my microphone. I don't think my microphone's that sensitive, but just in case you do hear it, that's what's going on.
Do you hear that?
Someone's fighting up ahead. Come on!
Rean!
Wait for me!
incredible.
That was really something.
Judging by that display, I don't think he needs any help from us. I take it that's another school of Imperial swordsmanship?
Right. That's court fencing, an agile style favored by the nobility. And judging by his poise, he's no amateur.
Huh?
Did you need something?
Sorry, I was just admiring your swordsmanship. I'm Rean Schwarzer. I didn't get the chance to introduce myself earlier.
I'm Eliot Craig.
Guy Schwarzer, nice to meet you.
I believe I have already introduced myself, but once again, I'm Usis Albarea. And I have to say, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm impressed.
What are you talking about?
After all that bluster about finding your way to the exit alone, I wasn't expecting you to actually rely on others for help. I assume you came to your senses shortly after you stormed off, and then wandered back to apologize like a good boy. Truly, the virtue of the common man. Why, a preening noble such as myself would be far too proud to do such a thing.
What the hell is your problem? You nobles really are all the same. So full of yourselves, it's a wonder you don't pop. And you're not just a garden variety noble either. House Albarea is one of the highest ranking in the country. I'll bet you just love looking down on us less fortunate souls, don't you?
You're one to talk. I don't need a lecture in rank from the son of the Imperial Governor.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought the name Regnitz sounded familiar.
Karl Regnitz, the first commoner ever to hold the seat of Imperial Governor in Heimdall. The first to rule the capital. And this headstrong young lad just so happens to be a chip off that old block. Pretty rarefied air for a simple commoner, don't you think?
What does that have to do with anything? Yes, my father is the Imperial Governor, but he earned that position through years of hard, honest work. Don't you go lumping him in with you nepotists who get your titles handed to you just for being born.
Perish the thought. No, I mainly just regard your father as a reformist, and a close friend of the Chancellor at that. And as you're vividly aware, his faction is in conflict with the noble faction, led by none other than the four great houses. When you look at it that way, your vitriolic disdain for the nobility suddenly seems rather cheap, wouldn't you say?
You son of a...
Magius, don't do it!
Oh, this is I forgot. There are some decisions that you can make. I'm gonna do this one.
I think you went a little too far, Usis. Being at odds with Machias is one thing, but dragging his father into it is pretty low. You're better than that.
Rean.
Perhaps I was a bit out of line. It may be for the best if I leave the four of you to find your way out of here together, while I make my way toward the exit alone and unimpeded.
I can see I've still got a lot to learn about the particulars of your social strata.
Yeah, I'm sad to say these kinds of disputes are pretty indicative of how the Empire is these days. How are you feeling, Machias? Have you calmed down now?
Yes, and I wanted to say I'm sorry for the way I acted. I shouldn't have gotten so riled up over such an obvious taunt.
Yeah, you do kind of lose your cool maybe a little too easily. But is it true what he said? Your dad is the Imperial Governor?
It's true. It's not that I was trying to hide it. I just don't like going around telling everyone. I don't like to brag. But just so we're clear, that doesn't change who I am. When you get right down to it, I'm a commoner, head to toe. My father's salary is nothing to boast about, and he doesn't have any of the perks nobles are born into.
I know. Don't worry. Governor Regnitz is pretty well known for being clean as a whistle.
Really? I've heard the name, but I can't say I really know anything about him.
Well, that's enough about my father for now. We need to get moving. We've wasted far too much time here as it is.
He's right. We should get a move on.
Hey, are we...
Looks like we are. That definitely seems to be the exit.
I can see the sunlight streaming in, so I'm guessing we're finally clear.
They have the nerve to call this an orienteering exercise. I'm not certain what I was expecting from an academy founded by Emperor Drykles, but I can tell you this wasn't it.
You can say that again. And what was all that business about Class 7 anyway?
Good question. We've got people here from different backgrounds, classes, even cultures. Is there some sort of secret agenda with this whole Class 7 thing that we just don't know yet?
What was that?
There!
The statue?
What the heck is that?
A beast of living stone?
Are monsters like this common in the Empire?
Of course not!
This thing's cutting off our only route to the surface. No choice. We have to fight it.
Right.
Damn. And here I thought the worst was over.
Hideos, help us.
This will take everything we have.
My turn!
Let's see here.
All right, let's do this!
That.
All right.
Yeah! My turn!
Then we're going to do this.
Give it up, everyone!
It's my turn.
Then I am going to use... I found a battle scopes in a pot earlier in the dungeon, so this will help me identify strengths, weaknesses, and HP, because as you can see right now, I can't see any of that.
Take this!
And it also helps me unbalance him a little bit, which that right now doesn't really matter, but later on in the game, unbalancing is very important.
Leave it to me! How about this?
You're mine! All right.
Here we go! Arcus, activate.
Take this! Ha!
Leave it to me! How about this?
Leave it to me.
My turn. There! My turn.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
Huh. Ha!
Huh.
Leave it to me.
Well, that's not good.
Here we go.
That's definitely not good.
There!
My turn. Give it up, everyone.
Get some healing back
All right.
on there.
Leave it to me. How about this?
Yeah.
Okay, apparently Airstrike is not the way to go.
My turn.
It's my turn.
My turn.
Leave it to me. How about this?
I want to lower his defense. Ow!
Go! Huh.
My turn.
It's my turn.
Go!
Arcus, activate. Ha!
It's my turn.
Move it there.
It's my turn.
Go! All right, let's do this.
Right.
All right.
Oh
My
boy!
turn. Give it up, everyone.
It's my turn. How about this?
There we go.
It's my turn.
My turn. There!
Right. How about this?
Woo! I'm glad I've got some practice with this game because I otherwise probably would have
All right,
screwed
let's
up
keep
with some
moving.
button presses there.
right!
All right!
Nice.
An A+ outcome. Is it dead?
No, it's down but not out.
Oh,
That's one hell of a second wind.
Looks like this thing has our number.
It's no use. We're too spent to go another. Guess I have no choice.
Stand back!
I didn't skip that, by the way. That was the game.
you made it!
You've certainly got some good timing.
Seems like you're all okay at least.
I'm sorry we took so long.
You're here, and that's what counts.
So, a gargoyle, is it? I didn't expect to find the Dark Ages alive and well down here. It doesn't seem like it'll go down easily.
We gave it everything we had, but as you can see, it's rallying at an alarming rate.
And yet you're standing there not shooting it.
But with this many of us, if we can just find an opening.
Fine. I guess I'll help out.
So it's all come down to me then.
You!
Arcus, activate! Airstrike!
That didn't work last time.
An opening!
Go!
Now!
This one's mine! Ah!
It's...
We did it!
I think that's the end of it.
At the very least, that creature doesn't seem like he'll be coming back for a rematch anytime soon.
Nope.
What happened there anyway? Right at the end of the battle...
Oh yeah, you can definitely hear the popping on the outside. I'm sorry. But like I said, it's 4th of July. It's presently like 11 o'clock in the at night, so everybody's popping off their fireworks.
Now that you mention it, I did feel something wash over me for just a second there.
There was a shimmering veil of blue light surrounding each of us.
Was there?
I did notice something as we fought. Perhaps it was just the blur of combat. But I felt like I could see everyone's movements in precise detail.
I don't think it was just your imagination.
Agreed. I have a feeling what we just experienced was...
The biggest selling point of the almighty Arcus? Give this man a prize. Looks like friendship and teamwork saved the day once again. I'm so proud of you guys. Anyway, that about finishes up today's special orienteering exercise. Aw, what's with the long faces? I thought you'd all be happy.
What are we supposed to be happy about?
I have so many questions, I'm not even sure where to start.
Oh?
I'll take a stab at it. What exactly is the purpose behind this Class 7?
I mean, We get that it's supposed to be some sort of melting pot that includes a broad cross-section of people.
But why were the 9 of us chosen in particular?
That is a valid question. There's no single monolithic reason why you all made the list. But if I had to name a major contributing factor, it'd be those Arcus orbments you've got there.
How so?
Well, like I explained earlier, the Arcus units are developed jointly by the Epstein Foundation and the Reinford Company. Like any battle orbment, they let you use arts, and these have communication functionality built right in. But their crowning feature is what's known as combat linking. That's the phenomenon you all experienced just now.
So that's what that was.
Seems like a pretty apt term. It did feel like we were all connected somehow.
Precisely. Doesn't take a genius to imagine how much of an advantage a feature like that would be on a real battlefield. An elite unit that can sense each other's movements, acting in perfect sync even in the most chaotic conditions. You can hardly put a price on that. It could bring about a revolution in the way wars are fought.
It does sound rather
Idealistic.
Well, yeah, the technology has its limits. Some have a natural aptitude for it, others just don't. And out of this year's fresh batch of bright-eyed students, the 9 of you turned out to have the highest aptitude. And since aptitude trumps background in Class 7, well, here you are.
I love Sarah. She is probably my favorite character in this game.
I see.
But what gives us this aptitude, though, as compared to our peers? It just seems so random.
What indeed? As promised, if any of you have objections to being in this class, speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that pretty much covers the hows and whys of your situation. But this program isn't cheap to run, so we're not about to force anyone into it if they don't want to be here. You should also be aware that Class 7's curriculum will be tougher than any other class's coursework. Just fair warning. So now you know, and that leaves you all with an important decision to make. Will you stick with Class 7 or not? Oh, if you opt out, you'll just be placed in the class you would have been assigned to otherwise. There's no pressure. Nobles will land in Class 1 or 2, commoners in 3, 4, or 5. It's still just the first day, so there's no real catching up you'd have to do. I'm sure you'd fit in just fine.
I'll do it. Whatever Class 7 has to throw at me, I'm game.
Well, wait, what?
Just like that?
So you're the first then. You seem pretty sure about it. Any particular reason?
Not really. I just feel like I've put my family out asking them to send me to this school. So, if it gives me more to show for my time here, I'll take whatever opportunities come my way.
A noble sentiment.
count me in as well. The greater the challenge, the more I can push myself to excel. One can't hone a blade without grit, after all.
Let's make it 3. Considering how far I came to attend this school, it'd be silly to back down before I even started.
Well, looks like we've got the country's strongest freshman on board, and our foreign exchange student, too. Any more takers?
Allow me to take part as well. I was only able to come because of the school's generosity, so I feel it's my duty to help in any way I can.
Sign me up too!
I kind of feel like fate brought us here for a reason, you know? And you all seem pretty easy to get along with.
And that's a yes from our 2 Orbital staff testers. Though I feel compelled to remind you, your weapons are still in the prototype stage. So on top of your other work, I'll be expecting reports from both of you.
Of course.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Let me join too.
Huh?
Oh, there's a surprise. I was almost certain your rebellious streak would see you opt out just on general principle.
It does bother me that you've got us using these Arcus units that are still pretty clearly in development. But if I let every little nitpick like that hold me back, I'd never amount to much.
Words to live by right there. And that brings us to an even 6. Now, what about you, Fee?
Don't really care either way. You can choose.
Not this time. This is one call you're gonna have to make for yourself. That was the deal, remember? You need to take control of your own life.
Fine, I'm in.
Well, at least you committed. We've got a magnificent 7 now. Which leaves just the 2 of you. I can see you've got issues with each other, but that doesn't mean you can't at least try to work together. Why, if you just look past your differences and embrace the joys of youth, I'm sure you'll become the best of friends.
Like hell we will! The exploitation of the common people by the aristocracy is a blight on every facet of Erebonian life. Unless something is done about it, this country has no future!
I appreciate your candor, but I don't think you're going to achieve much by lecturing me about it.
Well, at least that makes this simple. I, Eustace Alborea, claim my place as a member of Class 7.
Huh?
Why? You're the son of a duke! Just the thought of being in the same class as commoners should make you sick!
I'll thank you not to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. As far as the House of Alborea is concerned, there's little difference between other nobles and commoners. Besides, this should at least ensure I won't have fools flitting about every day trying to win my favor. That said, I have little interest in getting drawn into your petty arguments on a daily basis either. I think it would be prudent for us to go our separate ways. I'm certain we can at least agree on this, no?
I don't need some pompous ass who coasts through life on his father's coattails telling me what to do. I'm in, come hell or high water. You might have had your successes spoon-fed to you up to now, but no outmoded class system is going to hand you trophies anymore.
We'll see about that.
They're going to be like this pretty much all year, aren't they?
Sure seems that way. I wouldn't bet on them ever seeing eye to eye.
Oh.
The pots shouldn't be too hard on the kettles.
Give a guy a break.
Well, how about that? 9 out of 9. With that, I'd like to congratulate all of you on being the first ever Class 7. I hope you keep those high spirits all year, because with the workload we've got planned for you, you'll need it.
Well, well, I wasn't expecting Class 7 to turn out quite as diverse as this. It certainly promises to be an interesting year.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But perhaps this too is the divine providence of the goddess, no?
How do you mean?
Well, seeing them there, I feel they have the potential to be the light we seek. A light that can break through the storm clouds that continue to build over our nation day by day.
Alright, so while this little thingy plays, because the sound is down too low, you guys can't really hear it, I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really want some feedback. If you guys really want to see this continue on, I would be more than happy to play it for you. It's become one of my personal favorite games so far, and I look forward to completing it for both myself and for you guys if you wish. So yeah, just let me know what you think. If you want me to continue playing it, I will. If you guys want me to voice act while I'm playing it, then I will too. Yeah, anyway, I am ArkAlpha12, and I shall see you in the next video.